Hello and welcome. I meant to do this video earlier in the day for Wednesday, but I passed out. I was exhausted. Um, anyway, this is another notable names in Arab American history. As I've already pointed out, I'm just going to go skip ahead a week so I can get back on track, or try to. But before we get into the video, I do want to go ahead and let you all know I have two ways to donate to the channel. I have a Patreon, which you can donate month to month, and I have a coffee account, which also takes the month to month, but you can also make one-time donations. If you are in financial straits, do not donate. I do not want you to put yourself in further issues just because you want to donate. I'd rather you be able to take care of what you need to take care of. It's tough enough for everybody. But if you can and you want to, thank you. I appreciate it. With that said, let's jump into the video. Today we are looking at George Albert Kasem. And we're looking at him because we've already looked at the first senator, Arab American. This is the first Arab American in the House of Representatives, which, if you know the U.S. government as it was House of Representatives and a Senate. I'm not sure, since Trump took over and stupid people took control. Sometimes it feels like just stupid everywhere. But anyway, this is straight from the bioguide.congress.gov. It's where I get a lot of my info on when I do members of Congress. But George Albert Kasem served as a representative for Congress, was born in Drumright, Oklahoma, April 6th, 1919, graduated from John H. Francis Polytechnic High School in Los Angeles, California in 1938, earned a Bachelor of Science from the University of Southern California in Los Angeles, California in 1949. Earned an LLB from the University of Southern California in Los Angeles, California in 1951. Served in the United States Army Air Force 1941 to 45. Remember, at this point, a lot of our armed services were kind of meshed together. Has been a private practice lawyer and was elected as a Democrat to the 86th Congress. Was unsuccessful in his attempt for re-election to the 87th Congress, and then also served as commissioner to the Citrus Municipal Court in West Covina, California, 78 to 84. Would die on February the 11th, 2002 in West Covina, California. So one term, but he was the first Arab American to serve in the House of Representatives and the first to serve in Congress, period, because Abaresk, the first senator of Arab American heritage, would serve 70s, I believe. But yeah, George Albert Kasem. Now, let's go ahead, and this is from history.com. George Albert Kasem of California becomes the first Arab American member of Congress. He would take office in the House of Representatives for California's 25th district, making history as the first Arab American congressperson. He is of Lebanese descent and was born in Oklahoma, raised in Los Angeles, and ran as a Democrat, flipping the seat previously held by Republican Congressman Patrick J. Hillings, who retired to run for the Attorney General of California. Kasem won by a razor-thin margin, 50.1 of the vote over Republican candidate Prescott O. Leeberg's 49.9. So yeah, one of these really close races. And was a part of a national shift during the 1958 election, during which the Republicans lost 48 seats to Democrats during Eisenhower's second term. Eisenhower 52 to 60. Yeah, 52 to 60 is when Eisenhower served as president. So, yeah, a huge changeover in the second Eisenhower term for the midterm. So, yeah, just whoosh. Kasem's national political career proved short, one term, during which he advanced the federal funding for education and for the San Gabriel Valley Flood Control Project. After taking office, he visited Lebanon, where he drew the ire of some of its citizens, with two newspapers calling for his expulsion from the nation in response to a statement that he made in support of Israel, in which he called the country's creation the best way to ensure the tranquility of the Middle East. Yeah. Kasem, who was a World War II veteran and former lawyer, ran for re-election in 60, but lost to John H. Roosevelt, a Republican. He returned to practicing law in California before becoming commissioner of West Covina Citrus Municipal Court from 1978 to 84, and would die of pneumonia in 2002 at the age of 82. So yeah, George A. Kasem. And that brings us to the Wikipedia article on him. But yeah. Image of who he is, his 59 portrait, meaning that's when he got into office. That's the portrait they took of him. Born in Drumrock, Oklahoma, died in Carlsbad, California. Got the 2 degrees from USC, University of Southern California. But yeah, U.S. Army Air Forces. Yeah. Because remember, at this point, Air Forces are fairly new. Just before the First World War, the planes had been kind of getting into usage. So yeah. Son of Abdullah Kasem and Nabaha Kasem. I guess her maiden name was Bader. We talked about him serving in the military. He actually trained as a weather observer and forecaster in Macon, Georgia, and Grand Rapids, Michigan, and served in Sudan, Egypt, and Iraq, remaining in service until he was discharged at the end of World War II. Went to college post-World War II. We talked about him getting the 2 degrees. And he served 1 term in Congress. During his term, advocated enhanced funding for the San Gabriel Valley Flood Control Project, increased federal aid to education, and improved medical care for the elderly. He caused controversy while on a visit to Beirut when he gave a speech in which he indicated that the creation and support for Israel was the most effective way to bring about peace in the Middle East. It was not. It is not. Later career. We talked about him serving as commissioner for the Citrus Municipal Court. Died Carlsbad, California, February 11th, 2002. Survived by his wife, whom he was married to for 54 years. And they had a daughter and 2 grandchildren. But yeah, George Albert Kasem, first representative of Arab American heritage from Lebanon. Well, his family was, at least. He was born in Oklahoma. Abdullah Kasem and Nebiah Kasem. I'm probably butchering the names, but yeah. But yeah, that's been a look at George A. Kasem. It wasn't that long. It's a little short one, but yeah. So we'll go ahead and end the episode there. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources, and it can't be tinfoil hat wearing sources or anecdotal lists that combine together to try to be used as a source that they push out there. I'll be putting my links and sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.